Welcome from wherever you are joining us this morning via the live streaming of this Mass. If you are a parishioner of the territorial parish of the English Martyrs, you are very welcome. If you are a virtual parishioner of the English Martyrs, you too are welcome. And if you're dipping in because perhaps you are seeking the spiritual, an encounter with God, or seeking something that you cannot yet describe or explain, you are particularly welcome. St. Peter says something really important to us this Sunday that every Catholic and every Christian should think about very carefully. He says, "Always have your answer ready for people who ask you the reason for the hope that you all have." Always have your answer ready for people who ask you the reason for the hope that you all have. We Catholics, and I include myself in this, are often very shy when it comes to giving reasons for the hope that is in us. We easily let ourselves off the hook by saying that questions about the Catholic faith are for other people, not me to answer. I do not know enough. I am happy believing what I believe. Not good enough, says St. Peter. Always have your answer ready for people who ask you the reason for the hope that you all have. I'm sure you've been in a situation where the question of faith comes up in conversation, and people are having all kinds of conversations in lockdown with people they don't normally speak with, their neighbors and people online, about faith amongst other things. Even in lockdown, while the church doors are closed, the work of the church continues. And all of us who are Catholic have a part to play in this work of having conversations with people and giving reasons for the hope that is in us. It is for us to have thought about our faith and to be able to give the reason for our hope. The opportunity to get into conversation with somebody about faith is an opportunity to do for them an act of love or service, just as getting someone shopping or asking if they need anything. When somebody asks a question about faith or about the hope that is in us or what it means to be a Catholic, we get the opportunity to tell that person the truth. Last Sunday we heard Jesus describe himself as the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody wants to be left in the dark with no one willing to tell them the truth. The truth is the person of Jesus Christ. In him and him alone is the answer to all our questions. The new reality in which we find ourselves with the restrictions around the coronavirus pandemic is an insight into the new reality that followed the coming of the Holy Spirit on the disciples at Pentecost. Every experience of a new reality involves change and transition. And every new reality presents incredible, amazing opportunities. Once lockdown happened in March, we had quickly to play catch-up, moving our prayer, our worship, our faith formation online and live-streamed. Every new challenge requires dependence upon the Holy Spirit, prayer to the Holy Spirit, and fidelity to the guidance of the Holy Spirit. In 2 weeks, we will celebrate Pentecost Sunday, that wonderful moment marking the beginning of the church when the Holy Spirit descended upon the disciples of Jesus. Beginning next Friday morning at 6:30 a.m., we will have a novena to the Holy Spirit for 9 mornings at 6:30 a.m. up to the Feast of Pentecost. We have capacity on Zoom for 1,000 people to pray explicitly to the Holy Spirit for our parish of the English Martyrs. You will find all the details on the front page of our parish website. Praying deliberately and intentionally for what we need is not like inviting somebody to afternoon tea in a take it or leave it kind of way. Praying deliberately and intentionally involves praying with confidence, praying in the belief that God already wants to answer our prayer and grant our request. It means the conviction that God is just waiting for us to ask. It is not God who tires of giving, it is we who tire of asking. This is going to be a wonderful movement of prayer and a transforming movement of prayer, and I invite as many people watching now to take part in this and to be part of it. Crucially and importantly, do not just participate yourself, invite others. Invite, family, friends, neighbors, workmates, anybody and everybody to participate in this prayer of invoking insistently the Holy Spirit for a new outpouring of the Holy Spirit. People are welcome to join from anywhere, from Tokyo to Trinidad to Timbuktu. They're very welcome from everywhere, but the only proviso is that they pray explicitly for the parish here of the English Martyrs. Pray that we might all be renewed and that the face of the earth will be renewed at this time by the Holy Spirit, this Pentecost. Renewed in the Holy Spirit, we will indeed be able to have our answer ready for people who ask us the reason for the hope that is in us. The reason for the hope that is in us is not of this world, it is of God. And we gain access to God through prayer. We need to be a praying people, constantly invoking the Holy Spirit. Always have your answer ready for people who ask you the reason for the hope that you all have.